Hello everyone and welcome to YouTube Tuesday with me, Jessica Brigden of JessBCreativeCardiology. Hello, how are you today? I hope you're having a great start to your week. It is hot and steamy here in New York. Whew, we had a busy weekend. I was up at the Route 90 sales selling some of my retired Stampin' Up product. And then yesterday I had a pool full of kiddos who were swimming and having fun, beating the heat. I had family in from out of town, and so we had a great afternoon. And today we're back to stamping. Things are a little bit calmer here. And I've got a fun, beautiful card to share with you today using some of Stampin' Up's new online exclusives. Today I will be using the Changing Leaves bundle. And I don't want to rush things. Summer is going way too fast, but I do want to share this project with you. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. And some of you do like to plan ahead a little bit because before we know it, fall will be here. All right, not rushing things, but I do want to show you a way to get these beautiful changing leaves, how to make a tricolor card. So what's interesting with this is that we've got these gorgeous leaves stamped, and the leaf die is all one piece. It actually die cuts all three leaves, three of the large leaves at once. So I'm going to show you how to go ahead and line that up so that you can get that all done, right? Because it can be like, well, how do I do three at once? All right, so let me flip the camera. We'll go ahead and get started. And yeah, let's get crafting. All right, so if you did anything fun over the weekend, let me know how everything's going. I cannot believe let's see. Okay, we got my screen back. Hi, Luann. Hi, Terry. Hello. All right, here we go. Let's move things so we're square in the view. July is, today's the 30th. We got 1 day left. This is the 31-day month, so crazy. My July host code here. I am wrapping up my BOGO sale. So you still have one more day to, oh, Sandy, you had lunch at Lansing Pizza yesterday. Yes, that's like 2 minutes down the road from me. I know that very well. They know us by name in there. So that is our, get your pizza on like Friday night place. So, so close. So yes, I'm wrapping up my BOGO sale here for July. Last week, you'll notice I did not have a crafting video on Tuesday or Friday, but I did a part 1 and a part 2 of some of my retired product. So if you want to take advantage of that, you buy new in my online store using my host code XAV9HX9E, then you can pick out equal amount of my retired product there from that sales video. Okay, and then you can text me, message me, email, send me your list. There's still lots left. Anyway, so that is through tomorrow. And I've got those who have ordered and picked out their retired product. I've got that all boxed up and getting ready to ship that out along with their July tutorials and my Fun Fold card workshop of the month. All right, so awesome things happening there for July. Let me let Miss Ziggy in here. She's been outside for a moment. Come on, Ziggs. There we go. Okay. Cat is safe. Everybody's good. All right. So today's project is going to use the new Changing Leaves online exclusives. Let's switch that light there. Okay. All right. So love this. I love fall, autumn, and actually these leaves can be used individually or together. It doesn't have to be autumn, right? We have leaves on the trees throughout the year, okay? And actually the colors I'm going to use today are more of a, not necessarily traditional autumn, but I'm going to be using, I'll show you, I've got some old olive, peach pie, pecan pie, and some summer splash. So we've got some nice fun colors here that aren't your traditional fall, okay? So we're working with those today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. This bundle is cool because it's not just the stamp set, but we've got the dies in here, And then we also have, as part of the bundle, a 3D hybrid embossing folder. So it makes an extra deep impression, but it's hybrid in the fact that you can also stick the die into the embossing folder. It nestles right in there, and then you can cut and emboss at the same time. Super cool. Okay, so looking forward to showing you how to do that today. Let's build our card base. We are going to start with some, actually I think this is Pool Party I have, but Summer Splash is what I wanted here. So let me cut some Summer Splash. We'll make that just a little bit brighter. Okay, so we're gonna start with a half sheet of Summer Splash. I've got my old trimmer out here. That was handy, so just slicing that up. Because I cut paper in such large quantities, I still use my Stampin' Up! Guillotine cutter. That's makes things go a little bit quicker. So, all right, so we're starting with a half sheet here of Summer Splash, your 5.5 by 8.5. Fold that, score at 4.25. Okay, of course we've got our nice little inside layer, so that it gives us a finished look, and we've got a place to do a little bit of stamping, write our message here. All right, so basic white 4 by 5.25, and that will go right here on the inside. Let's straighten that up a little bit. Okay. All right, so card base is good and ready to go. Now, what I wanted to do next was a layer of pecan pie, and I wanted to show you how you get some beautiful texture. I wanted lots of texture on today's product, so I've cut this to 4 by 5.25, and we're going to insert it into our embossing folder. And you could use any portion here of the embossing folder, but if you want a nice straight, even design, Stampin' Up! Right here on the front of the folders has this little line that goes across the front. So go ahead, stick that in there, hold it together. You're gonna insert into your machine with the closed, with the hinge side first, okay? And when you're using your cut and emboss machine, of course, this will work with your Big Shot or anything else you've got too, all right? They all are interchangeable. But with the cut and emboss here, it's gonna be plate number 1, it's just your base, okay? And then because it is a 3D thick embossing folder, you are then going to use your gray plate number 4, okay? If you are using a Big Shot, then you would have your base, no tabs, and then you would have, again, you'd have your gray adapter plate, okay? So in this case, base and 4, you're gonna run it through your cut and emboss machine, and then when you take it out, you have this beautiful textured design, okay? I really, really like that. So we're going to adhere this to the front of our card. All right, we want lots of leaves here. And so this particular folder works great, not only as a background, but then we'll show you next how you can use it as a pretty centerpiece on your card. All right. Hi, Carmen. Oh, you're in Puerto Rico with your family. So nice. Oh, I hope you are having a great time. That sounds fantastic. So the next thing we are doing, we want to create this trio of leaves. However, the stamps are individual. It's 3 individual stamps, but 1 large die that does them all at once. So what I've done is, if you have your stamp apparatus, or if you have a stamp positioning tool like the Misty or something, that's going to come in super handy for a project like this. Okay, and so what I actually did originally, I don't know if you can see here, but I placed, well, originally what I had done, I'm going to do it in reverse now so I can show you. Okay, but I had taken the die. Okay, it's gonna move because I got the magnet here. All right, I had taken the die and placed it here on the grid paper of my, stick your paper in here, okay? I cut this to 6 by 6, all right? And then I placed the die in here on my paper, okay? And then I'll even show you. So go ahead and then take your magnet. Whew. All right, the base of my lighting stand is magnet there, okay? All right, so got this here. Then what I did is take, because you want the flat side up, right, to stick to your Stamparatus plate. So you want the detailed side down. So place those dies right in the frame of your, you know what, let me see if I can, there we go. Hold everything in place. All right, you're gonna do that same thing with all 3 stamps. Place it detailed side down into the framework here of your die. Okay. All right, so you're gonna do that for each one, and it'll fit right in because of course the front side is the raised edge here. So stick that raised edge right in there. Okay, make sure you've got your stems and everything where they need to be. Okay, when you've got all 3 lined up, go ahead and close your plate. Okay, so that means that when you lift this, all right, and you remove the die, all 3 of your stamps are here to be stamped at once. Okay, we're going to use 3 colors of ink. And honestly, this is where if you have some of the Stampin spots, those little mini ink spots, they come in our paper pumpkin kits. They also come in a lot of the kids collection items. And then we do have a set of Stampin spots. It's a little collection. I believe it's either 8 or 10 colors that you can purchase individually, or I mean like as a set in the online store. All right, those would work really well for this. But otherwise, just be really careful as you go. We're gonna do one at a time. So I'm going to use a little peach pie here for my maple leaf. Okay, and I'm just using the corner of my ink pad so that I can ink up 1 stamp at a time. All right, so we got peach pie. We're going to do our large leaf here with our summer splash, okay? And then gently come around the corner. You do want to make sure that you get right up to the tip of those stamps. You want every bit inked, okay? And then we're going to do some old olive here. Okay, and then you know, maneuver this as you need to. Okay, and we're gonna add old olive here next. And I've done pretty well, but if you happen to have a little bit of color transfer, you know, that's okay. I got a little bit of old olive just on the tip here of my summer splash leaf. But if it ends up being too much for you, you know, grab yourself a paper towel or something, and then just come in and redab a little bit. But now that we've got those 3 inked and our 6 by 6 paper here in place, we're going to go ahead and stamp. This just makes it so much easier, okay? So that way you really can take advantage of die cutting all 3 leaves all at the same time, okay? All right, so we've got that nice and inked, beautiful leaves here. Okay, so now we're going to take that embossing folder. All right, we're going to insert the die here into the folder. Okay, and then we're gonna take this piece that we had stamped. Okay, So this part gets just a little bit tricky. I'm actually going to hold it upside down. That's the easiest thing to do. You could put a little bit of tape, a little bit of washi to hold the die in place as you do that. Okay, and then we're going to insert this. All right, and you can see it on the back side. So you're going to maneuver that. All right, and so you get it right in place here. And it looks like I trimmed just a little bit. So we're going to cut the corner off of that paper because I put the stamps on just a little bit different position than I had done before. Okay, so line these up. There we go. And you can see it right in the die pieces, right in that embossed. Okay, so you can see when they are all in position. Close that, right? Close that sandwich right up amongst it. Okay, to get that to fit through your machine, again, just trim off the little edge if you need to. All right, if you got any cardstock hanging out the edges. Because again, we want to insert hinge side first. Again, you're doing your base and then your gray number 4, okay? Because it's extra thick now. All right, and we're gonna run that through our cotton emboss machine. A little snap, crackle, pop. Okay. And then when we open it, all right, and take this out, check it out. We have these beautiful leaves with lots and lots of texture. Okay, I feel like doing it this way, they look a little bit more realistic. Okay, because we've got that deep impression. Now I did try it both ways. I tried embossing first and then stamping over the embossed. I did not like the way that turned out quite as well. I think I had I did not like the way that turned out quite as well. So this gives you a much deeper, richer color and impression here. Okay, and now once you've got that together, if you leave these here on your Stamparatus or your Misty, whatever it is you're using, they're already in position. They're ready to go. You use your chamois, okay, your purple chamois to clean those off. And then, all right, I was gonna say, gotta find my chamois here. Okay, so chamois is great when you're using a stamp positioning tool like the Stamparatus, okay, because then you can just rub right over that and clean up any of that excess ink. Okay, all right, but just those are ready to go. So you can make a few cards and they're already in position. Okay. All right, let's move on to our next step here. So we have these beautiful leaves on our card. All right, so we're going to need a place to stamp our sentiment with this too. I want to arrange these as the focal point on my card. And I'm going to just adhere them flat with my Stampin' Seal. You could use a little liquid glue, okay, whatever works for you. But I'm just putting my adhesive here. The leaves are broad enough that I can do that. And this one's going to go right up the center. Isn't that pretty? Just so simple. You could almost just do that and leave it at that. But I am going to layer these. Okay, a little adhesive on here. You don't need a lot because by the time we add our sentiment and put that on with some dimensionals, it'll hold everything in place. Okay, so I want my leaves staggered a bit. Okay, so this one will go off to the right, and then my maple leaf here. We'll place this one off towards the left. Okay, so they are overlapping, but they're not hiding each other. And we'll put our sentiment here across the stems. Now, what's great about this changing leaf die set too, all right, we've got our, there we go. So when you get these, of course, the dies will come in one of those big square envelopes, but I like to store my dies inside the case with the coordinating stamps. All right, that way I just have to pull one thing off my shelf. I don't have to go looking for two. And I'm always, I want everything to fit. So a lot of times they'll either be on the big square sheet or sometimes on 2 sheets, but finagle it because they will actually all fit together here inside your cover, okay? And we also have these 3 stitched sentiment pieces, all right? We've got a nice stitched circle, and then we've got both a small and a large stitched oval for this, a little word windows. Okay, so I'm gonna use the largest one. And when I've die cut that, this is what it looks like. All right, and this large one is perfectly sized here for our largest sentiment. A little note to brighten your day. Okay, and so there we go, a little note to brighten your day. And I'm going to use all right, find a block to work with that. For this, I'm going to use the pecan pie. Pick up some of that background color, pull all those leaves together. Okay. And then we'll ink this right in the center here of our label. Notice that we've got lots of room. Look how nicely that turns out. Okay, beautiful. Then we'll use some dimensionals on the back side of that. All right, so you can use 2. I think I'm gonna use 3. Okay, like I said, that will go right across the stems. That will help hold all of those pieces together. And if we slide it, pick up your little edge of your maple leaf, and this other one here, you can actually kind of tuck it right in there. We'll center it across our page, but that way the leaves kind of overlap a little bit. It all fits so nicely in there together. Okay, and then to finish it off, I'm gonna use a little bit of our linen thread, and you could do just a knot. I'm actually going to do, I'm gonna do a double. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So I got my little ribbon maker here. Give yourself a nice long tail, okay, because we're gonna go around twice. So come in from the left, all right, and then you're gonna wrap around from the back, around the front, and this time we're gonna go twice. We're gonna wrap it twice, okay, and then come down through, oops, wrap it twice. All right, what did I do here? There we go. Okay. Usually just once, down and under, up and over. So we're gonna wrap twice. There we go. Then down through the middle, up and over. Okay, and then we'll tie our knot. Move those how you need them. Nice tight in the middle. Okay, and then when you pull it off, that way we got 2 loops because we wrapped around twice. You get 2 loops on each side. I just thought that was double the fun there. Actually looks like a little butterfly almost. All right, so we'll take that 2 loops, our 2 loop bow, stick the knot on the dot, the mini glue dot here. Okay, knot on the dot. Okay, pull that off. And we can stick that right in this little space, this little gap where all the leaves meet, the stems meet together. Place your glue dot right in there. Arrange your loops how you like them. Okay, how cute is that? All right, then somewhere here we go. We also have, this is a new online exclusive. All right, these are the pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but like even the clear, you can see it's got the little crosshatch in there, and the same with the pecan, right? It's got just a little bit of a design on there. And if you use take your pick tool or your snips, however you want to do that. All right, you can slide these off. All right, let's add a couple here on our project. We'll just do a couple, and then let's take a big one. We got large and small here. And let's put that down here. Okay, so we've got a couple little dots for a little added sparkle. Our leaves there. Again, these are all part of Stampin' Up's online exclusive, along with the Golden Greenery suite that I used showcased 2 weeks ago. All right, but I love this. This is called the Changing Leaves. It's sold as the stamp set, and then there's the dies with the hybrid embossing folder. You can bundle it all together, which is the best thing, because that way you've got all 3 pieces here that work together. And then add in your new pecan pie and clear ribboned back dots. Okay, so this is our finished card. Love it. I hope you found that helpful, okay, for lining up the dies. All right, even if you didn't have a stamp positioning tool, you could still use that technique. Put your die face down. Actually, that's a great use for our glass mat here too. All right, I don't know if you guys realize that, but the glass mat is part of the online exclusives. It's available not just to demonstrators, but also to customers right now too. Okay, so you could, again, use that, okay, because the surface is sticky, and you could line your stamps up on here. All right, use a large clear block like you would use for the background stamps, and that would work to stamp it on your paper. Okay, so there are a couple ways to do that. Of course, using your stamp positioning tool is the easiest, but there's always a workaround. Okay, so that was today's card. And then these are just a couple of additional cards that I had received in a demonstrator swap. All right, this one, very, very simple. Just highlights the embossed background. All right, that was from Krista Wilson. This one also embossed the background like we did with the pecan. This one used it in vanilla. And then they just die cut the leaves from 3 different shades of cardstock. All right, so that's another way to get the trio in 3 different colors. Okay, also use that stitched label. Okay, really beautiful. That one is from Lynn Feldkamp. All right, she's also got these little pecan dots on here. And then the third one I have, this one is from Tracy Evans. All right, and she applied ink to her embossing folder and then embossed the image here. Okay, so it's a great stamp set, great variety of cards. I hope that inspires you and that you've enjoyed today's projects. If you did, please give me that thumbs up, that like, subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate that. And also make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter. There is a link in the video description. However, I've also got this QR code, and I believe it'll work. If you are watching, you can screenshot this. But also, if you're watching on your TV or your computer, if you have a smartphone or an iPad that's connected to, of course, to your internet, you can hold that up. All right, just like you hit the camera button, just like you're taking a picture. Okay, and a yellow box will appear around this QR code. If you tap your screen while the yellow box is around it, it will pop up the sign up form for my newsletter. It's going to ask you your first and last name, your email, what country you're from. Okay, and that way I can share my projects and class details and fun ideas with you through my newsletter. Okay, so go ahead and try that. All right, again, there's also the link you can just click yeah, his phone is smart, you not so much. All right, try it though, okay? So tap on the camera on your phone and then hold it up like you're taking a picture here, and a yellow box appears around the square here. All right, tap your screen and that pop-up, that sign-up form should happen. But Luann, you're already on my newsletter, so you're good. Hi, Polly. Hi, Carmen. Yes, oh, good. Polly says she also stores the dies with her stamps as well. Yes, I think that's so helpful. I like, anything to simplify the process and keep track of things, keep it organized. All right, works super well. Okay, thank you, Carmen. I'm so glad you like these colors. Like I said, I'm not ready for fall quite yet, but I really love this combination. These are the new in colors, Peach Pie and Summer Splash. And then we pulled in some classics, our Old Olive and Pecan Pie there. All right. And actually, I was thinking you could even tie in like some berry bursts, like a pop of pinky purple with like nice bright colors. That would work too. Okay. So there we have it. And I hope you've enjoyed that. And I do want to just remind there about my newsletter because I will be celebrating 18 years as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator next month. And I've got some fun projects and things in line to share with you to celebrate 18 years. So there you go. Happy stamping to you. Have a great day. Have a great week. And I will be back on Friday. All right, we'll stamp with you then. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, Luann asks, has anyone seen her color coding stickers? Oh, that's a great idea. Yes, you can color code to show this is an online exclusive or what is from the annual catalog. Of course, we have a mini catalog coming up for fall and winter. A demonstrator pre-order will take place beginning August 6th, and then it will be available for customers to order from beginning September 3rd. Okay. All right, lots of fun stuff coming. Look forward to sharing that with you. And we'll see you again soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.